Morning to all. I am Dr. A. Sethupathi, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, SNS College of Engineering, Coimbatore. In our college, we are using design thinking concept in Center for Learning and Teaching process. In design thinking process, first step, how the problems will be created to identify the problems and how to solve the problems. So we are using automobiles, cars and two-wheelers. The engines or how it works and what are the types of engine we are using in our automobile. So the last video we discussed the classification of IC engines. So the IC engines have internal combustion and external combustion. The internal combustion IC engines, what are the parts inside the engines and engine blocks? So the IC engine components shown in figure. So the first one is block. So body of the engine containing cylinders made of cast iron or aluminum. So block is the main part of the engine. Then cylinder, the circular cylinders in the engine block in which the pistons reciprocate back and front. So that is called, that area is cylinder, that is circular shape. Another one is cylinder head, the piece which closes the end of the cylinders, usually containing part of the clearance volume of the combustion chamber. So the cylinder head is close to the cylinder. So the cylinder head have three holes, that is the attached with the inlet valve and outlet valve. In center portion, spark plug or injection, fuel injection pump, fuel injector is connected. Then combustion chamber, that is the end of the cylinder between the head and the piston face where combustion occurs, where the fuel will be combustible. So that area is called combustion chamber. The size of combustion chamber continuously changes from minimum volume when the piston is at TDC. TDC means piston in top dead center. In cylinder top area, piston moves, that is called TDC, and bottom area called BDC, that is bottom dead center. Piston movement, that strokes, is called stroke. The piston in bottom end and the top end inside the cylinder. That stroke length is calculated. So crankshaft, rotating shaft through which engine work output is supplied to external system. Crankshaft, that is connected with each pistons. Engine block, the main bearings, is rotated by the reciprocating pistons through the connecting rods and connected to the crankshaft offsets from the axis of rotation. This offset is sometimes called crank through or crank radius. Then connecting rod, it is used to connect the crankshaft and the piston. Then piston rings. The piston have 3 or 4 rings. That rings will be protect the piston from friction between the cylinder wall and the piston body. And also the fuel air fuel mixture not getting outside of the chamber. That also prevent from the piston rings. Then camshaft, it is rotating element. It is connected with the valves. The valve opening closing time will be depend on the camshaft rotation. Then push rods, the mechanical linkage between the camshaft and valves on overhead valve engines with the camshaft in the crankcase. So the push rods are operated the valves. Then crankcase, part of the engine block surrounded the crankshaft, that is called crankcase. Then exhaust manifold, that is piping system which carries exhaust gases away from the engine cylinders, usually made of cast iron. And intake manifold, the piping system which delivers incoming air to the cylinders, usually made of cast metal, plastic, or composite materials. So in most SA engines, fuel is added to the air in the intake manifold system either by fuel injectors or with a carburetor. The individual pipe of a single cylinder is called runner. Then carburetor, it is the device which uses to mix the air fuel. Then spark plug is the ignition system of the inside the chamber for the air fuel mixers. So these are all the components in IC engines. Thank you.